Friday Eve, ladies and gentlemen, I just wanted to hop on and remind you guys that you can keep learning, you can keep growing. And my most valuable lessons, when I think about what skill sets I've developed over the years, my most valuable lessons, skills learned, hands down, were out of the classroom. They were not taught in a school, they were not taught in a classroom setting. There wasn't even a an instructor, right? It's just another individual, just like you and I. So I want to encourage you when it comes to learning, when it comes to equipping yourself with information that's going to help you succeed in life, whether it's business, personal, a lot of those things will not come in the form of a formal education. So keep that in mind when you go about your life and you're interacting with people and you're learning things. It doesn't always happen in a classroom. I did learn for a long time in classrooms. Matter of fact, when I went to Sacramento, my last couple of years in high school, that's when I actually realized, business is what I wanted to pursue in my for a career. I wanted to pursue business because I think it was the eighth grade business class, Intro to Business. One of the things that I really learned in that class that stuck with me was that business transactions are simple. And a lot of times when you think of business, we might overcomplicate what it is to be in business or do business. So so that's why I wanted to share this with you guys because I think a lot of times people put too much pressure on themselves to be doing some sort of massive business, right? Some sort of massive empire. And the reality is you can build to that, but it doesn't have to start off as a massive thing. When you go to the store, for example, there's a local Safeway over here that I go to all the time. And if I go to that Safeway, I buy stuff. Nothing crazy. I give them some money, I take some products off the shelf, and I leave. That's a transaction. It could be your local gas station, it could be any little store that you go to, and you can get a transaction
Can
going.
you move my mouse, please?
Where can I go to have some peace and quiet? I'm confused here.
Okay,
I'm just trying to find peace and quiet so I can talk to some people,
okay.
share
Yeah,
some
I got
ideas.
shit to do.
You know,
Okay.
yeah, everybody has shit to do. See this? All I'm trying to do is share ideas. I get distracted left, right, front, back, and center, man. I'm trying to find a piece of peace and quiet. But anyway, back to what I was talking about, transactions, man, in business. It happens even when they're small. And sometimes I think people think that they have to be this massive, grand happening for it to be business. And I was in eighth grade in a classroom, and this professor, I cannot remember his name, but he was a great dude. He explained, transactions happen all the time and we're not paying attention. If we start paying attention, then it makes a difference. So from that point, and I don't even know if I should be sharing this, but anyway, I used to sell snacks and at one point some things that were not necessarily what you should be selling in school. But yeah, it's interesting when I look back and I think about those times, man. We're doing business, right? And he exchanged for a service for money or some other form of value, right? So when you think of the things that you're doing right now, I just dropped her off at school and came back. My wife's about to drop my son off and come back. There's a lot of things happening. You're seeing people on the road. Some people might stop and grab gas, right? That gas that they're purchasing to be able to make it to their destination and back, that's a transaction, right? No matter how small they might put $5 in the tank, but that's a transaction. The interesting thing to know is if you look at that gas station, for example, there might be two or three people or more when you drive by, or there might be nobody, right? Think about if you were to hang out at that gas station all day long, how many cars would show up to that gas station to get gas? And the reason I'm talking about the gas station and gas is because I actually ran a business at a gas station, right? And one of the things that you'll realize is that people come to the same gas station sometimes over and over and over and over again. And that's their gas station, so to speak. I only get gas at this gas station. And if you are at that gas station and running a business there, like I wasn't selling gas, but I was selling a product. This is Perry Ellis Love, right? But what I was selling was a can of wax. Pretty much a can bigger than this, but you spray on wax, Carnauba wax, no soap, no water, and it washes and waxes your car. Paint, window, rims, right? So I was doing that promotion at gas stations. Why? Because there are tons of cars coming in and out of the gas station. And all I needed was to do a quick demonstration, and that 60 seconds, 3 minutes. But at the end of the conversation, product demonstration, somebody might say, whoa, I like this thing. What is this? Where can I buy it? Right there on my table. We're doing a promotion today. Normally, they're $37.99 at the NASCAR races. When was the last time you've been to a NASCAR race? Most people say, no, never been. Awesome. Me neither. That's why I'm out here doing a promotion where you and I can see this product in action. And if you like it, because it's a promo, we take debit, credit, cash, and it's actually buy one, get one free. Man, if they really like it, they're going to ask me, how much is it? Because there's a difference between sales and marketing. I wasn't selling anything. I was doing a promotion. I was marketing and showing people how this product worked. If they liked it, the question, how much is it, is what they would ask. And when they asked the question, I would tell them the price and I would make a sale. 9 times out of 10, when they bought one, I would sell them something else. So that one yes was maximized. We call that a rehash. You guys might know that as an upsell, right? There's so many things that I learned from hanging out at the gas station, from hanging out and having conversations about a waterless wash and wax. And what's interesting is I was able to go on and teach several other people how to do the same exact thing and make at least $100 a day if that's what they wanted or more. But that was the opportunity. And I wanted to share that with you guys because if you came in to this live, you probably saw my wife jump in front of the camera and interrupt me. But I met her at the gas station while I was doing a promotion. She didn't buy the product, but I got the number. And here we are, years later, 2 beautiful kids and living life and enjoying the experiences. So I wanted to jump on this morning and really remind you that learning does not have to happen in a classroom setting. Learning can happen anywhere. You're on YouTube University right now, right? And it's free. There's so many people, including myself, who spent thousands in loans to go to an actual institution building, give them money. Hopefully we can get an education and get a job, get a degree, get all these things that we were told, right? So take advantage of what you have around you. Take advantage of all your assets that you might not even see as an asset, but just get creative. It's not a lack of resources, it's a lack of resourcefulness. Let's try to see how we can use what we have, the things that are right around us, to provide an impact, right? I was working at a car dealership here in Napa, selling Ford and Lincoln vehicles and some other used vehicles. And the thing that was crazy is I started doing insurance because I got tired of spending all my time hanging out at the dealership. And I had a daughter that was young, looking to spend some time with daddy, right? And if I couldn't provide financially, then it would have been a really bad situation. So I moved from selling cars to selling insurance so I could do that from the comfort of my own home, like I'm doing today. But if I never took the to learn more about insurance, learn more about how I can turn this into that allows me more time with the family, then I might be just like a lot of other people complaining at their job, complaining about their situation, but not necessarily doing anything to get out of it. So if you take anything from this video today, it's that learning doesn't have to happen in a classroom. There's tons of opportunities to learn outside of the classroom. And don't wait for somebody or something to change your situation. You have the power within. All you have to do is decide that you're tired of the current situation that you're in and you want to move to a different situation. Start doing the work that's required. Surround yourself with the people that will help you get to that next level. More than likely, they've already done what you're trying to do. So they're going to give you the roadmap. They're going to give you the blueprint, but they're not going to do it for you. Right? So don't get upset if they're giving you information that you have to take action on. A lot of times people want others to do it for them rather than do it with them. So don't fall into that trap, man. One more day to Friday, but remember, it's not a day just to finish up the work week and then spend all your time doing nothing on the weekend, right? I always like to say, if you're working hard at your job, you have to use that same amount of energy and work on yourself, work on your future, work on the things that you want instead of just what you're getting paid to do. And if you're not growing on your job, if you're not getting better, if you're not becoming a better person because of the activities that you're doing, then I would recommend finding a new job, maybe a new place of employment that will pay you and allow you to grow based on the activities that you're doing every day. There's nothing worse, in my opinion, than spending 8 to 10 hours a day doing tasks just to get a paycheck. But after that paycheck is gone, you as a person that spent the hours, invested those hours, are the same. No growth, no learning, no nothing happening. Think about your job and what you're doing. And if there's an opportunity for you to grow and earn money to take care of your responsibilities, by all means, keep doing it. Keep growing, keep learning, keep moving forward. But if there's no opportunity for you to learn and grow, and all you're doing is earning a paycheck, I would recommend look for another place where you can earn that paycheck and start to grow and start to get better and start to become the person that you want most people to be, right? Be the change. And with that, I bid you farewell. See you later.